I think this was the best $5 I've ever spent. I literally have to pick that one. I've had that shit for like 3 years. Clone him and bring him to my doorstep. A recipe to be one of my favorite books. And then I did something crazy. I finally finished a series. I love the Midwest. No notes, just Theo Silva. Manacled Alchemist after Harry Potter. So hello sweet besties and welcome back. I'm so excited about this video because we are finally entering the coziest months of the year. With that being said, I don't know how the hell it is October 1st right now, but I'm not mad because my birthday deals are already coming into my email and it is just, you know, we're getting spooky over here even though it's 90 degrees out still. So this is going to be my September reading wrap up and also my October TBR, which is going to be picked by my prompt jar. I did add a couple new ones to this, kind of like spooky ones. I also took some out. Let's just hop right in. We're going to start with the wrap up and then we will get into the TBR. So I managed to read, I think, like 8 books this month, which that's really good for me lately. I just have not been super motivated to read, especially throughout the summer, and then I don't know, like just life is just getting to me, I guess. Like I want to read but then I don't have time, and then it's like okay. So starting with the book that I finished on September 1st, so like I didn't really read this month but I finished it. We have Goblet of Fire, the 4th Harry Potter book. I'm gonna try not to say too much because you're just gonna have to stay tuned for the reading vlog. I feel like I'm just really trying to hype that up because I don't know, these books are a lot of what I've been reading, but I don't want to say much because then that reading vlog's coming on that's gonna be like 3 hours long, so just stay tuned for that. But I ended up reading the 4th and the 5th book this month. The 4th book has just always really stuck out in my brain and just always been one that I know inside and out, but again with the reread there was still things this time that I did not remember at all, which throughout this series that's been such a common theme where I don't remember much of the details. So rereading this has just been such an amazing experience because I literally forgot like everything about this series basically. So it's been a great time. This was a great time also. I feel like this book really is such a turning point in the story and there's just so much in this book that is unique and it's so fun because you get like the trials and everything, and I love this one. 5 stars to all the Harry Potter books. So. And then the 5th one, I finished this later in the month. I feel like this was maybe the slowest one so far for me, and I don't think that's really because of the plotline. I just feel like they're starting to get chunkier and I was just starting to get busier this time of month, so I just didn't really have the time. But I did really love this one as well, especially the beginning of it, seeing more about some characters that I really love so much, and then the ending too, just actually, I'm still not ready to talk about it, but ow, I completely forgot everything about that, how it happened and everything like that. So reading that was actually crazy and I'm still unwell. I love also getting introduced to more characters and them being more prevalent throughout the series in this one too, and just side characters' presence growing. I really enjoyed that with this one. Another 5 star. And then this book I really wanted to pick up before it got completely fall vibes because it's kind of more summery, and this was really anticipated for me because when it came out it just sounded like something I would absolutely love. So my Libby hold came through and I was rushing to finish this book in time, but I think I ended up doing it. I don't really remember. I may have had to just read some physically, but whatever, obviously. So this is by the same author as The Lost Apothecary. She also wrote that, and I've just heard amazing things about that book through like literally everyone on the internet and in real life. So this is her new one. This is about, it's set in Italy and you're getting 2 timelines. One is from Haven, our main girl, in like the present day, and she's an archaeologist and she goes on these like underwater dives, and so she's going to Amalfi to do that there. And her father also used to be like a treasure shipwreck diver, so she's kind of following after him, kind of after something that he like wrote notes about and was like, you gotta figure this out, girl. And there's some drama with that, like just rival groups trying to do the same thing, and also there's a romance in that timeline which I really liked. And you're also getting a past timeline, yeah, the 1820s. That is another timeline you're getting, and they're kind of like witches, we'll call them, but they do just have like magical powers with the ocean. And that was really interesting too because the timelines are so different from like the 1820s to 20 whatever. So that was really interesting watching how they connected. I really enjoyed that of it. Some things about it fell flat for me. Like I was really wanting to see more about like the underwater dives, like the actual dives, and like more about that type of stuff, like seeing them actually do it, because that's just something I've always been super interested in. Not that I like would do it, but like just like watching it and reading about it. So that did fall a little flat. Some other things fell a little flat, but this book is really short though, and it was such a good time. And I really like kind of this type of book where it's like historical, but not like super historical, you know? So I think I give this one like 4 stars, which I think that's a good rating. I really enjoyed this while I was reading it, and especially once I got deeper into the story, I could not put this down. Like, it was so addicting. Like, I had to figure out what was gonna happen next. And then I picked up Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. So this was the $5 book at the Barnes & Noble cafe, and genuinely I think this was the best $5 I've ever spent. I absolutely loved this book, and I have just seen so many negative reviews about this, which I feel like I definitely read it at the perfect time when I was exactly in the mood for it, and I didn't really know much about it going into it, and I was kind of just wanting fall fun vibes, and that is what it got. It was just so atmospheric and vibey. The coffee shops, working in the coffee shops, I absolutely loved that. And you get them also at school, and it's just very like teenager coded, and it's very like Wattpad YA. Like, some of the quotes in here I was getting low-key triggered by, like flashbacks. The main girl in this is pretty insufferable. The things she says and does just make no sense, and the guy in this, he was really cool. I liked him. Very much for the vibes, and honestly I feel like I see myself thinking about this quite often, and I really want to reread it even. But with all that being said, don't go into this expecting a literary masterpiece, because she is low-key very insufferable. The writing is very Wattpad YA vibe. So if you are able to look past that stuff, I think it'll be a very enjoyable read. But if you're someone who gets really bothered by that type of stuff, or just doesn't read a lot of YA, I think you might want to skip this. But if you just want something quick, easy, and fun, and for the vibes, pick this up. I read this in like 1 sitting. So I actually gave this 4 stars because it was honestly the perfect read at the perfect time. If I see my angel number one more time, I've caught it on camera twice in the last 2 days. Me checking my phone and it's 9:35, which is my angel number. Universe, just tell me. Just tell me. Like, I think I know, but like, do I know? Oh my god. Sorry, that's just like tripping me up, because it's been a month. Oh yeah, I got in here to check something that I forgot. Literally, what are the odds? Like, I pick up my phone in that minute, twice a day when it's that time, every day. It's like, what are we trying to actually tell me, you know? Sorry, I won't crash out on camera. And then this was also in my like fall reading vlog video. We have The Dead Romantics, which this book has taken me years to finally get to, but I am so glad I finally got to it. I just really enjoy Ashley Poston's writing. She just has a way with words. It just feels so beautiful and atmospheric, and just writing like this is just my favorite. And the characters in this were just super witty, so the dialogue was really great in this as well, and I just loved it so much. If you don't know what this is about, this is kind of like a magical realism romance book. So our main girl, she can see ghosts, so that's kind of like the magical element of it. It's not like super magical, but like, just know that the ghost will like talk to her and she'll talk back, you know what I mean? And it is also the love interest. So this book starts in New York City, and Florence is a ghostwriter to this like super famous author, and she meets her new editor, and then she has to go home because her father passes away. So she goes home, and then it's to this like quaint little small Gilmore Girls vibe town. So you're getting that aspect, and then she also has to just figure out her life basically, because her father passes away. She has a lot to unravel with her family stuff. So she goes back to her small town. It mixes my 2 favorite settings in books, New York and also small cute town. So this was great, and I loved the romance so much. I really enjoyed the guy in this. This is definitely kind of a more literary fiction with a side of romance, and I feel like some of her other books are more romance heavy than this was, but I thought this was a great blend of the two, because there's just so much going on like plot wise too. I gave this one 4 stars as well. There were some points of it that got kind of slow for me, and some things I wanted to be kind of talked about more, but that is totally fine. And then I picked up, this was also in that fall video, The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand. This was, I don't want to say such an unexpected favorite, but it was just such a favorite. I started off not being sure about it because the writing style is very different. It very much jumps from person to person super quickly, and I just don't know how I feel about like third person, honestly. But in this story, it ended up being perfect. It did take me like 50 pages to get used to, but after that I was flying through this book. It was so good. So this is set at the Academy. I think it's called Tiffin. Yeah, Tiffin Academy. It's like a boarding school for high schoolers, and what I really liked about this was you're getting drama from all the students, like this kind of core popular group of them, whatever, but you're also getting sometimes the parents drama, the teachers, the faculty, the like head, I'm gonna call it headmaster, but I just am in Harry Potter mode. And that was really interesting because a lot of times with kind of school setting books, you're either getting just the staff or just the students, so seeing the mix of that was really interesting. And there is some fucked up shit that happens in this book. Every single one of these characters has something actually insane going on in their lives, and there's a lot of triggers too with that, so look those up. But I really loved this book. I think it's like a 4.25 because unless this is going to be a series, which I don't know, there was so many things at the end of this I finished it and I'm like, we need to talk about that more. There were so many things that were hinted at throughout the book and brought up multiple times to be like big plot things, I guess, and then we just didn't get any answers about them, and that kind of pissed me off because literally still to this day, I finished this like 2-3 weeks ago and I will still think about that. I don't know what that means. Like, it is actually still bugging me. But this could definitely be a series. I could see how it is going to be a series based on what wasn't wrapped up, but I also couldn't see how it's a series because I feel like we're like good, you know? So I don't know what's gonna happen with this, but I'm really intrigued and I will definitely be picking up another book if it's in the series because this was so good. As for fall vibes, I kind of talked about this in the video. It starts off at fall time and then you do get the entire school year, so you see every season, so it's not necessarily like strictly a fall book. Literally read it whenever. And then I did something crazy. I finally finished a series. Literally, I don't even remember the last time I finished a series that's like completed, because the other one I can think of is The Boys Atonement, but there's gonna be more books. I mean, there better be more books. I finished the Chestnut Spring series, which is kind of crazy because I bought all of the mirror covers before they went out of stock because I'd already had like the first 2 or 3 of them, and I read Flawless, the first book. I low-key did not like it. I did not. And then I continued the second one. The second book literally took me like 8 months to get through. It was actually insane and ridiculous. And then the third one I read maybe this summer and I really enjoyed that one. So then I decided to pick up Reckless again and then Hopeless again because I couldn't get enough of it. Honestly, I really ended up really loving this series. Just the vibes of it were incredible and I actually cannot wait to read more of Elsie Silver's books. I'm so excited that I finished this and now I can. So Reckless, I think I gave these both 4 stars. I don't think they're necessarily 5 stars because these books are honestly just a little spicier than I would like. I mean, obviously I can skim that, but still I feel like sometimes it just kind of takes a hold of their romance and just that's like all they care about. Reckless might be my favorite out of the series. Reckless and Powerless, my favorites, I'm thinking. Theo Silva, genuinely clone him and bring him to my doorstep. That man, actually insane. Everything he does for Winter and their relationship, he's literally a saint. I love him so much. No notes, just Theo Silva. I also ended up really liking the trope in this one. I have not read anything like it before, I think, but I really enjoyed it and I really loved seeing our main characters grow together and I just love this book so much. And then I finished the last one, which is Hopeless. This is the chunkiest out of the series and I don't really know why because not much happened plot wise, honestly. I feel like this one was good and it's still like a 4-star because I love the vibes of this book and seeing how everyone kind of wrapped up. It was just like fine. There were some things that I wish we dove deeper into with both of the characters, really. It was still a good time. I still really enjoyed it. But yeah, there was just some things I wish we would have got more of. I just like all the men in this, except kind of the first guy. Rhett, I don't remember liking him that much, but I love this series so much. So this is your sign to go read it if you have not yet. And now it is the time we've all been waiting for, my October TBR. Let's give it a shake. I don't know how many I'm gonna pick yet. Maybe I'll pick 6. Randomly choose, close eyes, and point. Whatever, these are my shelves mixed between read and not read. And then my books I bought recently are by my nightstands. Like, I really want to read those, but I feel like that's kind of cheating, so. All right, let's get this done. I feel like I'm doing that like thrift store challenge. Wait, I'll just count down from like 3. 3, 2, 1. What do I do if I'm pointing at books I've already read? Oh shit. So my finger was pointing like here, and I've read Thronoglass. I've read all of these except for those down here. But I think that was very clearly pointing at Fable. This could be fun, like a fantasy moment. Okay, next up. Cover you love. I know what I'm picking for this one. One of my most recent purchases. Ha 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 ha. I found a way to pick it. The urge to start this book has me wanting to push off everything I'm currently reading right now. This cover, genuinely one of my favorites of all time for multiple reasons. Let's run through it. It's set in the 90s. I love 90s fashion, so they're fitted. They're low-key fitted. 2, Gilmore Girls is my favorite show ever. This background, insane. Looking at this in person, I didn't even realize how detailed it was. I hope you can see. Okay, their faces look like a little disshaped this close up, so I'm just gonna, you know, up close they look like, I don't know, the faces look a little off. 3, Border Collie. I have a Border Collie and I love him. Also, it's just fall. I love it. I love fall. I saw somewhere that the epilogue was like in the dog's perspective and people were mad about it. I'm like, I could read a whole book in a dog's perspective. This is seriously one of my favorite covers of all time. Like, this is a book I will be displaying face out, and I never do that. So that's the perfect one for this pick. I don't know what I was gonna say there. Ooh, this is a thick one. Lit fiction. I'm not gonna pick. Wayward. I want to read this book so bad. It's giving the same energy as The Sirens, and I really enjoyed that book. So this has 3 different timelines: 2019, 1619, and then 1942. I can't wait to read this. This has a recipe to be one of my favorite books. Like, also this cover I love too, but crows kind of creep me out, so I can't say like I love it, but I do like everything around it. Oh, some of the bugs are like shiny. That is the next pick. Oh, this is going great. This is so fall TBR. I love it. I'm obsessed. I have, I think, 1 or 2 more like strictly fall books that I would love to get on here, which I mean, I can just tack them on at the end, obviously. And also the rest of the Harry Potter series I have to finish in October because this video has to get up. Also, I'm going to read Manacled Alchemist after Harry Potter, so that's also going to be in that vlog, so stay tuned and good luck to me. Yeah, picking 6, but this might go over into November too. But also when it hits November, I'm in winter mode because, I mean, right now it's like 90 degrees still, and then we'll get more into October and then it'll already be down to like 30 degrees. I love the Midwest. Your most recent purchase. Oh shit. Well, that would have been if it makes you happy, but we'll go for my other most recent purchase. So I have 2. I need to look at the dates and see. September 17th. What day did The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand come out? When The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand came up, I also got this that same day. So this was the 16th of September. And then this book I bought the 17th of September. It's like a YA fall thing, and he has a coffee shop. So I really want to pick this one, but this one was... Wait, no, this is because my most recent purchase was actually this one by 1 day, because this I bought the 16th and this I bought the 17th. So the 17th is closer to now than the 16th was. Okay, this one is my second most recent purchase because my actual most recent purchase is already taken. Okay, 2 more. I just want to like pick these all. It's just fun. Oh my god. A book off my 25 to read in 2025. Let's pull out the reading journal I haven't touched in months. So this is my 2025 to read in 2025. You get what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna list off the ones that I have not read. Hello Stranger, Our Violent Ends, The Holiday, Honeymoon Switch, Things We Hide from the Light, Cleopatra and Frankenstein, Glow of the Everflame, Terms and Conditions, Blood Marked, Truly Devious, Book of Azrael, Good Girl Bad Blood, Georgie All the Way, Air, Winter Garden, Blood of Hercules, 11/22/63, Us Against You, and Christine. Shit. All of these could fit. Like, genuinely, most of them could fit. Truly Devious, and I need to pick Truly Devious, actually. I literally have to pick that one. I've had that shit for like 3 years. I think I'm gonna pick Truly Devious for this simply because I literally need to, because I've had this book for like 3 years now. Have not read it, have not really had the desire, but I think it's something I'll really... Oh yeah, wait, this sounds really good. I'm gonna pick this because it's literally on my 25 for 2025 and also one of the oldest books I own, so double whammy for this one. Is that 5? All right, 1 more. Most recent purchase. Should I just draw again? I really want to pick this, but also I feel like doing the same prompt twice is kind of like cheating. So maybe I'll draw again, even though I want to pick that book. Book with an animal on the cover. We literally already have 2 of those. I'm gonna look if Harry Potter does. I literally just looked at the camera right when my time thing's at 9:35. I'm not even shitting you guys. What the hell is the universe trying to tell me right now? This is gonna drive me insane. This number, like, what the it's like, hey, yeah, you should work up the courage to do the thing I keep telling you to do. I'm like, no. Even though I see that shit 7 times a day. Okay, whatever. Freak, there's no animals on it. The Half-Blood Prince does not have an animal on it. This does also not have an animal on it. I kind of think I should do a romance because I've been in that mood. No animal. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Yep. Immediately, yes. We found it. Okay, this is not like very like animal-y, but assistant to the villain, it has that guy and of course the frog. And this book is very like frog centered, I think. I'm really excited about this one. This has been a book that it's been really in the front of my mind to read for like 2 years since I've bought it, but I just haven't got the urge to. But I actually gifted this to my friend for her birthday because the frog's name is her dog's name, so I was like, yeah, that's cute, and she really liked it. So I think this is my motivation to read it. This just sounds like something super fun, and I just love like a funny but also good romance, you know. There's a map. Oh yeah, I think this is the perfect pick. I'm so excited. Yeah, I literally bought this like when it came out because it was the Barnes pick. So yeah, I think that's our last one. So let's quickly run through these all and I'll get out of here. I gotta get reading. Okay, so for the first prompt, we have randomly choose and point. So I randomly pointed and chose. We have Fable by Adrienne Young. This is a fantasy book that I've had for so long and definitely bought just for the cover. I think I got the set like secondhand though, so there's that at least. This is probably the one I'm least excited for because I just don't have an urge to start it necessarily because I just really haven't been in the fantasy mood. But hopefully this can convince me because also it's a Reese's book club book and Reese's book club always slaps. So that is number 1. Number 2 is a cover that I love because I literally love this cover. Self-explanatory, and also I really want to read this and we'll read it no matter what. For just plain literary fiction, we have Wayward. I feel like this is gonna be like the perfect fall, kind of slightly spooky, mysterious vibe book. Your most recent purchase, we have Falling Like Leaves. This just sounds absolutely sweet and adorable, and it's YA, and there's cute sprayed edges, and there's a coffee shop, and there's a barista boy, and it's just like, For 25 to read in 2025, we have Truly Devious. I need to read this desperately, so hopefully this will finally motivate me too. And then for an animal on the cover, we have Assistant to the Villain because there is a cute little frog on the back and also a scary little crow on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this and want more of these like combined wrap up and TBR videos, let me know because I just think they're super fun to do both of them, and just picking prompts out of a jar. Like I could even do it not on film just for fun and I'd be like, yeah, this is a ball. So I'll see you guys next time for a fun one. Peace.